Hey, just a quick welcome. Welcome everybody to the 37th Annual Institute Lifetime Celebration Luncheon. I want to just first welcome everyone who is here and is present. Thank you for coming. Our lunch today is sponsored by Preferred Capital Funding. First thing I would like to do while we're finishing is introduce our 2025 Lifetime Achievement Award recipient, Betsy Green. I'd also like to introduce our 2025 Max Goodwin Young Lawyer honoree, Sara Langer. I'd also like to introduce Emily Gidden Hansen, our immediate past president and current Lifetime Achievement Seminar chairperson. And if the members of our courts of appeal and Supreme Court could stand and be recognized, I'd appreciate that. Thank you all for coming. We really appreciate it. I'd also like to welcome the friends and family of Betsy Green and Sara Langer's family. So we're going to run a short meeting before we get to our presentations. I promise this will be short. We need an approval of the 2024 annual meeting minutes. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
That's Frank Julian. A second?
Second.
Steve Langer. I would like to report that the ITLA nominating committee met on Friday, February 21st, and the nominating committee report was distributed to all members of ITLA on March 7th, pursuant to the ITLA bylaws. And I would ask for a motion and a second to approve the slate as presented.
So moved. Second.
Thank you. The new members of our board of directors, which we just elected, would be Randy Jurgensen, Sara Langer, Travis McConnell, Eric Pavlak, and Brandon Tate, a great group. So let's give them a round of applause. And then we also have a new member of the executive committee, and that is Matt Shad. Let's give him a quick round. And one last thing before I adjourn the meeting. Do we have any new business to take care of? Hearing none, I'm going to adjourn the meeting. And next, we will move to the presentation of some awards here. First, the presentation of the Max Goodwin Award. The text of this award reads, "For distinguished service to the citizens of Indiana and the United States as an outstanding young lawyer dedicated to protecting the rights of the injured under the laws of the state of Indiana and the United States of America." Our winner is this year's Sara Langer. She was nominated by James Barth. Sara, would you like to come up and receive your award?
Wow. All right. Hi, everyone. This is really just such an honor. And when I was preparing for this, I spent some time, researching Max Goodwin, and we all hear what this award is after or what it's about. But every article I could find on him, these were some of the phrases that were used to describe him: relentless devotion to justice and his clients, a never give up attitude, and a deep sense of humanity. And, I think those are all things that everyone in this room exemplifies and that we all want to exemplify. And it's very humbling to be thought of to exemplify any of those traits. So it's a very good legacy for this award, and I hope to prove worthy of it. One thing I was thinking about as a young lawyer, we so often think about, they never teach this in law school. We learn so much in law school, but it doesn't teach us these basic concepts that we really need, or these other skills. And one of those things I think you never get from law school and you don't realize until you practice is that one of the biggest privileges in our job is getting to represent the people we represent and help the people we help. I always thought growing up with my father that I understood this. I always loved hearing him talk about all his cases, and I wanted every detail of them all the time. So I really thought I understood that. But I don't think I did until one of my first clients. She was a woman who had suffered a stroke, and she suffered this stroke while she was working at a nursing home as a part-time nurse. All of her employees told the paramedics that this was a stroke. The paramedics told the hospital, we have a stroke victim. The doctor just did nothing. She missed any window of any intervention that could help her. And sitting in my dad's office talking to the daughter of this woman and listening to this woman who I could tell was once just this educated, strong, independent woman, and seeing what happened to her, it just even more so lit that fire in me. And I know everyone here feels that fire, and I think we all can agree that that's the biggest privilege in what we do, is getting to help people like that. And it's just such an honor to be able to do that. I really want to thank James Barth for nominating me. I had the privilege of working with him on a case where he volunteered for amicus counsel for me. And it's also such an honor. He won this award last year. So being nominated by him, I really appreciate that, and it means a lot. I'm very thankful to my mom for being here, my wonderful boyfriend who puts up with me, and he's here today. And I love that my whole firm is here, especially my brother. It's so fun to get to practice with family, so I'm so appreciative. And I really, really want to thank my dad, Steve Langer. I know I make it so easy every day with my sunny disposition and agreeable nature. I know that's so easy working with your daughter. But Dad, I learn from you so much every single day, and I cannot think of a better mentor and someone to learn from. And it's honestly, every day is such an honor getting to work with you, and I wouldn't be here without him, and I love you so much. I also want to thank everyone, at ITLA, of course, all of the vendors that are here, but ITLA for the opportunities that we get. Getting involved with Amicus has been really special to me and something that has meant a lot to me, and I've gotten to do more at this age and part in my career than I ever thought possible, and getting to argue in front of the Court of Appeals and our highest court in Indiana. It's just such an honor, and those opportunities wouldn't be here without ITLA. So if anyone here is not involved, I urge you to get involved any way we can, because it's so important. And finally, I want to give a huge thank you, or a huge congratulations to Betsy Green. I don't know if you remember this, but the first time I ever met you, you were speaking at Mauer in Bloomington, Indiana. And you came and did a speech on what it means to be a lawyer. Let's hear from real life lawyers. And up until that day, I had only really been around male attorneys. Well, I texted my dad the moment that you were up there. I said, Betsy Green, do we know her? And he said, yeah, she's good. We like her. I'm like, okay, phew, I can listen to the speech. So I remember I introduced myself to her after, but I remember listening to you speak and how you spoke about your clients, and I just really admired you. And I think, being a female, you were the first female in the field that I got to see in action, and I just really admire that. And it's such an honor to be standing with you today and have two women here. So I continue to look up to you. So huge congratulations. Thank you so much, everyone.